Lerato Hufela, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News on 947. For more, click ewn.co.za.
947.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
I have accordingly decided to appoint Mr. Paul Mashatile as Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa. Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture will be Mr. Zizi Kodwa.
I just arrived.
Is the president coming?
I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived.
When last did you speak to him?
I just arrived.
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Legendary commentator coming through live from the UK, Peter Drury.
Kabo Manyapelu, who used to say football has no therefore.
There is no therefore.
No, that is a beautiful way of putting it, actually. What a lovely turn of phrase.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
News as we start the show. It is Marawa Sports Worldwide 947. Good evening and welcome to it. It's a Tuesday today, live on Rise FM, Vuma FM, Sowetan Live. The sad news coming through from the club, Richards Bay, who posted this afternoon saying that it is with deep sadness to announce that Richards Bay Football Club has untimely lost one of its midfielders, Spamandla Spepe Mtolo, who collapsed this morning during training. The club is not in a position to provide further information at this stage and asks that the family's privacy is respected in this difficult time of bereavement. Now, his presence both on and off the pitch will be sorely missed. Thoughts and prayers of everyone in Richards Bay Football Club are with his family, friends, as well as loved ones. A further statement will follow in due course. So, we've had an opportunity to chat to Vasily Minosakis, who is the coach at Richards Bay, and he was accounting exactly what happened this morning. You know, having watched a player play against Kaizer Chiefs over the weekend and watched his commitment up until he had to come off. And you then come on air on Tuesday to almost share with the nation that the player is no more. Is undoubtedly one of the saddest moments that currently the club is reeling from shock. They'd gone to the hospital after they had taken him to the hospital, trying to resuscitate. Didn't work out. The shock, disbelief from the training pitch to the hospital to life no more. So our thoughts, our prayers to the family. Our thoughts, our prayers to everybody related to Richards Bay, the Premier Soccer League, SA football in general, during this very difficult time where circumstances beyond anybody. This is life. This is what we learn happens. Completely difficult to stomach. The family distraught, so we do send our condolences, and I know a lot of people have been sending them through on 0607080484, 0607080484. Maybe your memories of the player, what really stood out, and just messages of condolences. I think that is where we really are right now. We'll tell you all about our guests as well that are coming through into studio. At 20 past as well, Dylan Kerr will pop into the studio. There's a lot happening on his front, but it doesn't look like he's a very happy man. So find out why he is not a happy man. But I tell you what, there are those men and women who put in the hard work in the beautiful game daily and never quite seem to get that recognition that they truly deserve. They never ever want to grab the headlines as well. I mean, ask anyone who knows this man what a loyal servant of the game has been for many, many years. I mean, a shrewd talent scout, a mentor to many boys, and an absolute coaching brain. He's now been asked to take charge and tasked with the under-16s. We just thought let's touch base with him. Zipho Dlangalala, a familiar voice on this show through the years, and one that we need to just congratulate firstly. Zipho, thank you so much for your time. Good evening. Zippo, you there? All right, looks like Zippo's struggling with his line, but we'll certainly make sure that we get him on the line, find out exactly what it is that they are planning with the national under-16 team. But hey, don't hesitate though, because tonight is another big night here. Yeah, the Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola has also appeared pretty unconcerned by Kevin De Bruyne's dip in form as his side kind of prepares for the crucial game this season. So, talking about the three crucial games, the 31-year-old scored 3 goals, made 10 assists in the first 16 games of the current Premier League campaign. However, since the Qatar World Cup in Belgium, well, he's found the net just once, been a provider 3 times, and also started from the bench on 2 occasions. So Guardiola said that he is aware that the standard for De Bruyne is the sky, and is also pretty confident that he will find his best form against City, again for City, also as they prepare for a season-defining end as well. Talking about the UEFA Champions League, here's Pep Guardiola.
It's the same as I said before, Kevin. What is the standards of Kevin? The sky. And everyone knows his level. And sometimes Kevin has, in 1 week, an opportunity to show his quality. It was the light, for the victory we had, and this is what they have to do. Come back to the principles, work hard, and everything is going to come back without any effort. Just do it what you use your quality, your best, and that's it. Bernardo never been a top scorer, top assist, but he helped us to play better. And you want the statistics, okay, go to the big datas and congratulations, you can write a big article about that. But there are things that people don't come to in the datas, and it's something like it's unique. And Bernardo is unique to make us, all of us, play better, be aggressive and play our rhythm that we need to play was better. Yeah, we are everyone. John is back, Aime's back. Yeah, but at the same time now it's good, don't think much. Now it's 2 days off for everyone, 2 days and a half. No, we need it. So, because have been a tough February month for us, especially not for the amount of games we were used to, but especially away travels, and now 2 days off, and we prepare good. The game against Crystal Palace always was really difficult for us, and of course Leipzig. I have the same opinion that I had when we played them, and after Barley with Bini come back here before international break. And if we are able to win the games, we'll still alive in 3 competitions, and the last part of the 2 months will be there. If we lose, so we'll be out so for a competition. So it's simple as that. Arrive in a stage when you are there that you know exactly when you lose games, you lose competitions, and now is the moment that is going to happen.
All right, let's go back to Fun Valley where Zipho Dlangalala is standing by. He is training with the Under-16, SA Under-16 national team coach. Zipho, thanks so much for your time. Good evening. Obviously limited time now, but tell me more. What's happening at Fun Valley?
Good evening, Rob. Under-16 national team that had to be quickly put together because invite came from UEFA assist that there's an invitation in Poland to the end of this month on 25th, 26th. So we're invited there with Northern Ireland. Obviously, Poland is one of them as a host, and also Luxembourg. So it's an invitation that could have South Africa declined, but it's also an invitation that we think by taking it matches at very, very short notice, only 2 weeks to do things. But it's important that South Africa is seen is out there on the international stage. But also important for our youth to get exposed to other types of football, other types of players to experience different environments.
Yeah, a lot of people are surprised about the existence of the Under-16s. They thought, hey, it's something of the past. What's reviving it, and how will you be able to keep these young boys, our future superstars, active, but also just consistently active?
Well, the association is having plans, as people will know that already there's an Under-15 program that was launched. The intention is to have proper pool of players from all over the country that continuously, with the new technical director, Walter Stenbolt, has come in. The plans are that we have a pool of each and every age group, not necessarily the FIFA World Cups and under 20 for boys, the same thing for the girls. But it's to say, let's have all the teams for 15, 16, 17. And if we have these pools of players, whether we need a national team for under-17, we take the players. Sometimes they might be 16, maybe even a 15-year-old if it's outstanding. You'll see this with a young in a particular age group. But if we do it that way, then the selections are done in an open way, which will be different from this team, Robert, because the listener, we should be clear, this was a short notice invitation, so it may not have gone all over the country. But the other challenge was that in some provinces, the youth leagues have not kicked off. So you need people that are in action to go and play an international game. You may not take someone that has played a competitive game in 2022. So that was a limitation, and it on out of that situation. The visa time lapses also put a lot of pressure that you need to apply this week so that you have a visa on time. So this association is moving in a direction where the things should be better. We need to support the program, and we hope that South Africa can re-emerge and rebuild itself to what we all will hope and wish to be.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you leave for Poland, as you said, on the 25th of March, so that's just around the corner. The nature of opposition, I know you got a game against Northern Ireland, there's another game against Luxembourg. Tell me more about the kind of opposition and what you're expecting from them.
Well, with a few travels that one has had around the world, we will expect what we will normally see reflected in their national teams as you would know, Rob, I always say the World Cup is the battle of the cultures because different people play different ways in the same football game that you play 11 players, but each one expresses themselves in those ways. So we have some idea. Poland in the World Cup, we know now Northern Ireland play. We expect their national teams at youth level to play like that. But the other thing that is very important for us is the experience that players from South Africa could gain. If only the clubs and us as a nation, we appreciated the value of playing international games, not only in the national teams, but even in club teams. It makes players grow so much more, which is why all these advanced countries continuously play against each other at youth level, because that prepares them so when they face each other at a high level in the competitions, they don't have any more the nerves of facing someone they never met. If we were to play, Robert, next week, play a Japanese team or Korean team, Brazilian team, Argentina, and so on, you will face a completely different opponent than we are going to face in Northern Ireland, in Luxembourg, and Poland. So it's important to keep playing around the world and experience all these players so that you can be a good team, you can be a strong contender come World Cup times, whether it's Junior World Cup or even the senior one, where it really matters the most.
Yeah, just the final one, Zipho, but it's got to do with traveling. The visa issue, we've only seen a bit of drama last minute, and because there was a last minute tournament, as you've stressed out, is everything cleared out in your knowledge for the boys to be able to leave?
That was one of the challenges in terms of logistics, because we will know now with the human trafficking, especially with the kids, every person under 18 living in South Africa has got to have an unabridged certificate. If they are traveling with their parents, the parents must also be in that unabridged certificate. Now that they're not traveling with their parents, they're traveling with us as staff and managers and coaches. We also need the consent from the parents, allowing them to travel with us, the adults that will be there. So, yeah, that part, we are dealing with that. And by Thursday, all the applications should be with the Polish embassy. We started already today with the part of the group submitting their things. And so far, everybody that submitted, everything was cleared. So we're hoping that everything will be there by Thursday, because they want 15 working days to process it. And this is what happened. This is why there was so much pressure to bring this team together as soon as possible. And that's where we are with the 20 players we have.
You're no stranger to big occasions, Zipho Dlangalala, and I entrust you and I trust you with this particular mission. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us, and good luck. And once again, congratulations on the appointment.
Thank you, Robert, and thanks to the nation for the support.
I appreciate it. Look out for that team under 16, under the guidance there of Zipho Dlangalala, no stranger, somebody who's also worked at Pirates through the system at Mamelodi Sundowns as well. He is assisted by Umandla Mataba as they prepare the players for the Poland trip. Remember Safa, Danny Jordan, their president, who was here in studio just the other day, talking about their new revised vision. Vision what? Vision 2030. So they got the youngsters, got them together. They're going to be shipping off to Poland. And I hope things do work out. I mean, they've got a technical development plan that they talk about. Can we move those words into action? Don't go away. Coming up still, right here, 947 Rise FM, Vuma FM, and Sowetan Live. Hashtag MSW on 947.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live.
In 3, 2, 1.
On 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. Hashtag MSW.
LottoStar introduces a new level of roulette. Our new Extreme Lightning Roulette live game could redefine your whole betting experience. With up to 2,000 times increasing multipliers, you could win magnificent payouts of up to 10 million rand. Want to strike it lucky? Bet now on lottostar.co.za. Your world of live games.
LottoStar is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Curious about the potential of electric vehicles and want to experience one? Discover all that tomorrow has to offer in a fully electric Audi e-tron of your choice. Delivered to your home for an extended test drive experience. Choose an experience that suits your vision of the future and prepare to be inspired by the marvels of tomorrow. Register at progress.audi.co.za for a chance to discover what living electric is all about. T's and C's apply. Your future awaits. Audi. Vorsprung durch Technik.
Sage gives businesses like Brian Habana's access to the right insights at the right time, reducing complexity and enabling compliance.
The quicker you can make a decision by the information through which you receive that, the quicker that decision making comes.
Become a Sage customer like Brian and set up your business for success. Visit tax.sage.co.za today. Sage, helping business flow.
Fly Emirates First and Business Class and look forward to a journey that's as incredible as your destination. Start your holiday with delicious fine dining, impeccable service, and comfort that's out of this world. Sip drinks in our A380 onboard lounge, watch a movie, and drift into a restful sleep in flatbed seats. Treat yourself to Emirates First and Business Class. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
Things are racing ahead. Your account's in the red. The kids need new shoes, and account payments
you. Hey, shame. South Africa. You need a reason to smile. So get smiling with these deals from Spar. Rhodes baked beans and tomato sauce, 410 grams. Reward customers pay $10.99 each. And Huggies Gold Value Pack or New Baby, $194.99 per pack. Valid until 19 March while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Spar, wear for smiles.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Legendary commentator coming through live from the UK, Peter Drury.
Half a dozen reasons to believe that Liverpool are back.
In South Africa, we had the late poetic commentator Zipho Dlangalala, who used to say football has no therefore.
Zipho Dlangalala, may his soul rest in peace, because he used to say, and you translate it, and you say football has no therefore, as in therefore this will happen in football. Football, there is no such thing. There is no therefore.
No, that is a beautiful way of putting it, actually. What a lovely turn of phrase. So often happens, certainly in the Premier League, where we think we know for sure what's happening next. It very, very often makes us look like fools. And that's the beauty of sport, isn't it? Sport is about humanity.
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Rob. It's the Boko here. Rob, it's very sad to hear about the untimely passing of Siphamandla Mtolo. Rob, you know, there are players who go into the field of play to enjoy the game, but there are those who go into the field to carry the team on their shoulders. And for me, Rob, Siphamandla was one of those players who understood his role as a defensive midfielder is to protect the back four of the team, and he executed that role with so much determination and vigor. Rob would not forget his role together with Katlego Mapate, Unsundwana and Sakile Hlongwa in helping Natal Rich Boys to gain promotion into DStv Premier League, Rob. And may his soul rest in peace, and may his family be comforted and knowing that he has contributed immensely into our football. Thank you so much, Rob.
Hey Marawa, kuyadabukisa man. Esikuzwayo mhlambe ke umuntu makaqale athumele amazwi enduduzo kwifamily yakamntolo ngokuphelela. Bathandi bebhola umndeni weRichards Bay kwenabo bonke abekade besondelene naye kuleli qhawe la. Uma bedlala nabo eDobsonville ngibuka indlela adlala ngayo kwi-midfield. So ngihleli nomunye umfowethu ngiyasho ngithi loya number 4 loyana mfishane, but indlela a-controla ngayo i-midfield iqiniso nje ukuthi webahlula abadlali bethu ebebedlala naye esiswini. Ngamthanda kakhulu nakule Sunday kade bedlala neChiefs. So ngize ngithi umfowethu man masibheke indlela kune player lapha ngilithandile ekuthiwa uMtolo. Siyakuthokozela kakhulu man ukubona indlela bekade ezimisele ngayo engumuholi eqembini lakhe nokuzimisela nje mayise groundini kwangathi umphefumulo wakhe ungalala ngokuthuka.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Ukhuluma noSibongeleni kwaMkhwane. Sad news, Mr. Marawa, about the passing of Umtolo. I think watching him over the weekend, Mr. Marawa, it was my first time to watch a game at Kings Wellington Stadium, and then watching him, you could see that the guy was feeling the game. As you said before, it was like when Senzo passed away. It was the same story. And Mr. Marawa, to his family and to the Richards Bay family, ngibefisela ukuthi uNkulunkulu ababophe ngebhande likamoya oyingcwele batutuzeke Mr. Marawa. uNkulunkulu uthathile uphinde aphe futhi. Ngibonge Mr. Marawa.
Well, thank you so much indeed. All of the tributes that are pouring in to our studio right now. And I think there's also one that we'll share with the coach that's just stepped in. But also a reminder, though, Chelsea head coach Graham Potter saying that he is hoping for a special night at Stamford Bridge as the London side look to salvage their season by reaching the last 8 of the Champions League. Now, the Blues go into the second leg of their last 16 tie against Borussia Dortmund, trailing by a 1-0 from the away leg 3 weeks ago. So Potter has called on Chelsea fans to help get behind the team in tonight's fixture. saying that we want to make sure that it's a tough night for Dortmund, adding that we need our supporters for that.
It's a big game, it's an exciting game. Chance to go through to the last day of the Champions League. So a special night at Stamford Bridge. So we're really looking forward to that. All our thoughts on trying to be positive and trying to go through and win the game. So in terms of what we learned from the previous game, well, we're meeting a top opponent. You can see their results in the Bundesliga. They're in a fantastic vein of form and pretty much winning games constantly. I think it's 10 in a row. So that tells you something as a team. They're doing a lot well. Attack, defend, good individuals, well coached. So it's a good challenge for us, a big challenge for us, but we're excited for it and we're looking forward to it. Believe it or not, the mood has been positive throughout. It's not happy and joking and smiling when you're losing, of course not, but at the same time there's been a support for each other and a good spirit and a good atmosphere. At the same time, you have to take responsibilities and know that we're not in a good place from a results perspective. But as I said earlier, if you win a game, the smiles come back. You're not quite singing on the way into training, like Andy would maybe suggest we do, but everybody's happy. We're looking forward to the game. It's a fantastic opportunity for us. It's a great game to be involved in. Like I said, to trying to get into the last 8. It's half time. We're 1-0 down. We need to respond, and I think this group of players can do that. Fans are, of course, always entitled to air their views, and they've been suffering like the rest of us have in terms of with the results we've had. But I thought the reception we had and the support we had at the weekend was fantastic. They were behind the team, and I think they know the importance of the game tomorrow night. They know they want the team to go through. They want the team to progress, and then they know how important they are, because in the Champions League away from home, it's tough. We want to make sure that it's tough for Dortmund, and we need our supporters for that. I'm just thinking about how important it is for the team, for the club. As I said, it's the Champions League, it's a chance to get to the last 8. We're playing against the top opponent who are in a really good vein of form. So it's a huge challenge, but at the same time, what an opportunity. Stamford Bridge is going to be rocking, I'm pretty sure, and we're going to give everything to win the game and to go through.
Marawa Sports Worldwide. This is 947. Music live. #MSW.
Good evening, Dylan Kerr. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, and it's fantastic to be in the studio with you. It's always a pleasure to be on your show.
You look brighter in the studio.
I feel fantastic. It absolutely, when I got the call this afternoon, I couldn't wait to come and see you. It was a nice surprise.
And we thought you're going to bring some good news, though, but it doesn't look like there is any good news. And half the time I talk to you, I would love to talk about tactics. I would love to talk about, what is going on. I'd also love to talk about the fact that we are live on YouTube, hey? So anyone that's listening right now wants to watch in full splendor of HD, you can go onto the YouTube channel at 947 Joburg.
I wish I'd have known that, because then I could have told everybody in Scotland.
Oh, by the way, yeah. But who knows? We are worldwide, so they are watching. I thought you were going to bring some good news. 5-week wait. Still no work permit. What's going on?
I don't know what's going on. You know, I've got 5 work permits stamped in my passport. I'm on the system. You know, obviously I'm going to do it the proper way. I'm not going to go, you know, and do it illegally or go behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, I'll actually follow due process as I have done before. But surely now, I think I'm going to have to get dual citizenship. I think that's what I'm going to have to do if I'm going to stay in this country. Because, you know, when it took me 5 weeks to get my last one at Swallows, surely I'm on the system. Surely I don't have to have a medical. I don't have another police check. I don't have to do all the paperwork. Surely it'd just be a simple thing of transferring the Swallows FC to Marumo Gallants FC. But like I say, you know, I'll follow due process. You know, I've got some good friends at Home Affairs, you know, and they've helped me in the past, but it doesn't help, especially in the position that the club are in now, and the CAF, which if we win tomorrow against Usman Algiers, we're in the quarterfinals. You know, we've guaranteed a quarterfinal place, which would be fantastic for South African football at the moment, because we need representation in CAF. You know, Sundowns have got a very tough group, but I think if they win on Saturday, I think they qualify for the quarterfinals as well, and we want to be in the same situation as that. But it doesn't help when I'm in the stands, and especially when we played Sundowns in the Cup. You know, even though I'm close to the bench, I'm not allowed to, you know, be seen, you know, trying to get the instructions across. And with the supporters that turned out at Bloemfontein, which was Robert, was absolute a dream. You couldn't speak to the bench anyway because of the noise, and you know there were a positive substitution, but it ended up being a negative substitution because I tried to get the information to take a certain player off, and we took the wrong player off because of the misunderstanding, and it doesn't help. It doesn't help. Whether the result would have changed, I don't know, but it doesn't help me. It doesn't help my players. It doesn't help the chairman when I'm not able to do what I'm good at doing, which is making sure that the players are motivated and they're doing the right things on the field. Sat in the stands, especially when there's a running track around it, it's very, very difficult to do your job. But like I said, the chairman's trying. Bless him, he's as frustrated as I am. But you know, unfortunately, it is what it is.
What is it though, Dylan? Because like you so beautifully chronicled the fact that. Let me take you back, though, for South Africans that are not aware. You've been a top football player in South Africa before, you know, in the golden era of football in SA. When was the first time you landed here? And just take me back in terms of just your career. I'm trying to paint a certain picture.
Well, I blew my chance at Sheffield Wednesday. You know, I became a professional footballer at 16, 17 without actually playing a professional first team game. But I became this, like, you know, superstar footballer that never played or kicked a ball in professional football in a squad that was very, very successful. But I became kind of party lifestyle. I was going out with, you know, all the famous Sheffield bands, the Human League, M17, AVC. I was more
you
into
were the
that.
Superstar off the field.
Well, I was brilliant. I don't get me wrong. You know, I had a great 16 and 17. I did things that 16, 17-year-olds would never ever do. And I've got no regrets about that. And then for 6 months I couldn't get anywhere in England, and I got a phone call to come to South Africa. Stan Laporte knew the assistant at Leeds United, at Sheffield Wednesday, McKennigan, and I came here, and within 3 weeks we were in the final of the BP Top 8, which is now the MTN8 competition. We won that, and I had 3 wonderful years here. And I've actually got my old passport. TT, our team manager, he had my old passport from back in '86.
Wow!
And I've got 6, 7, 8 stamps in that for my work visa, and it was just simple. Go there, plead my case, and then they put a stamp in. I was done. And
so maybe you want to revoke the visa from 1987, and maybe that might work, given your current situation right now. So what I was painting is that you're no stranger here. You're no stranger to the playing side. You're no stranger to the coaching side. And yes, that doesn't mean automatically we give you, your free march into Home Affairs. But what worries me is that I've seen coaches arrive in this country, literally have a press conference, be unveiled, 2 days later, they are sitting on the bench, conducting their work, visa in hand, paperwork done and complete. But there's a consistent story around Dylan Kerr of that not happening to you. Is it like a personal thing that is out there? What is it?
I actually don't know. I mean, when I was living in Durban, when I lost my job at Swallows, I was at Amazulu just before Falls got the job, just as he got the job, and I spoke to the GM and I said, like, how do you do it? And please, can you give me some advice on the way I can do it? And he said he'd call me, but he never did. Within 4 days he'd got his work visa, and I don't know how they did it, but why? And he'd only been in the country. That's his first season in the country, and so I don't know. But it doesn't affect my job. It doesn't affect how I work. It just doesn't help that I'm not able to get instructions and how to change things when things aren't happening right, or how to make things better when things are happening, to keep driving the motivation, to keep driving the momentum. It's very, very difficult. That's the frustrating thing about it.
But when you start to prepare and you talk about representation within the African continent, and we look at Dylan Kerr, we look at Marumo Gallants, we look at Sundowns now, only for our representation, and it's an important game. And I suppose there it is just as stringent as it is in the local game for you not to take any part in play.
I actually asked the CAF General Secretary who was there today, would I be able to sit on the bench? Is it what is keeping me away from the bench? But he just laughed at me and smiled and just said, "No, we'll make a plan." But I don't think I'm allowed to sit on the bench tomorrow as well. No. So, to be fair, when we played the team from Libya, there wasn't a crowd. We didn't have a crowd. We played behind closed doors, so it was quite okay to get the message across.
To shout through the instruction.
And I went ballistic with the players at full time, because we should have won by 10, 11, 12 goals, and that's no lie. As we should have done on Sunday. We just couldn't score. It was just one of those games, and I'm so proud of these players, the reaction that they've, since I've come on board, to how they've played. In 27 days, we've played 7 games, travelled to Algiers, and to Bloemfontein for the 2 games last week. It took us 38 hours from when we left Algiers to get to Bloemfontein.
38 hours.
38 hours.
All right. Okay. All right. 38 seconds. I need to. Any questions, do send us through, or else you view on YouTube.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. In 3, 2, 1. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.
What's included in a Dial Direct Street Smart combo from $4.99 per month? Car plus pothole plus phone cover. What's not included? Yada yada. Because yada yada is like a fart in a lift that is not yours. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. A taste you'll recognize if you've ever been ghosted by your insurer. So don't get yada yada. Get Dial Direct. SMS Call Me to 43612. A licensed non-life insurer and FSP. Premiums on profile dependent and reviewable. T's and C's online. Phew.
Imagine stepping into an embodiment of luxury, a timeless masterpiece meticulously crafted to elevate the journey that awaits. Discover the ideal Mercedes-Benz for your lifestyle and get unbeatable offers starting from prime -1%. Experience the ultimate in luxury now with class-leading models ranging from hatchbacks to sedans to SUVs. You can have it all. Visit mercedes-benz.co.za and book a test drive today. T's and C's apply.
At Lulaland, we say power to the passionate, power to the SME. We salute the daily grinders and the wrench winders. Grateful are we for the sun seekers who keep our lights burning when others can't. We back the businesses who have South Africa's back. With fast access to business funding of up to 5 million rand. Made by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs. Apply today at lulaland.co.za and make cash flow. T's and C's apply.
With BritBox, you'll have the biggest collection of brilliant British entertainment from the BBC and ITV right at your fingertips. For fans of Death in Paradise, check out the brand new spin-off Beyond Paradise, starring Chris Marshall. Stream new and exclusive series, including Unforgotten, and the new historical drama, The Confessions of Franny Langton. Escape with the most exciting TV Britain has to offer with BritBox. Undeniably brilliant, undeniably British. Start streaming now at BritBox.com.
947. We bring you great hits and exciting entertainment.
And our presenters enjoy doing it.
But we also have to follow the rules set out by the Broadcasting Complaints Commission's Code of Conduct.
In order to give you balanced programming, fair comment, and accurate news.
If for some reason you feel that we're not following this code,
we want to know about it.
So please contact us on comments@947.co.za.
If you're still not satisfied, you can direct your complaint in writing to the Broadcasting Complaints Commission.
P.O. Box 412365, Craig Hall, 2024. For more, visit bccsa.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Inexplicable, illogical, irrational.
Legendary commentator coming through live from the UK, Peter Drury. Have you taken a deep breath after that? I mean, if it's a record-breaking session, that's waited, 92 years? Odd. What does this mean to you and your commentary career?
It was a scoreline that nobody saw coming, not least because Manchester United have been so very good very recently. I think we're all reeling slightly from 7-0.
But where did that come from, though?
Now, for 40 minutes, it was a more or less even game. And then Manchester United conceded just before half-time. The thing that would have alarmed you was Manchester United's response, or perhaps you might say failure to respond. These guys, multi-millionaire sportsmen though they are only human beings. And they just had a very bad day.
It's Gakpo! It's free!
#MSW. #MSW. Marawa Sports Worldwide. This is 947. Music live. #MSW.
Yeah, it is music. It is live with S947. It is 16 minutes to the hour. You're live on Vuma FM, Rise FM, as well as on Sowetan Live. We're also live on YouTube. We are live streaming at 947 Joburg. A lot of people there. I see Tumelo Vincent, Otto Chiriemi. There's also CL Media. All of them greeting us. I salute you. Good to have you on board. Make it a daily habit. Coach Dylan Kerr is my guest here tonight as we try and figure out what exactly is the way forward. So as we close the topic about the paperwork, I'm trying to be kind to you here. So if it doesn't happen anytime soon, how does that affect your long-term contract? Because there might not be if obviously the team gets relegated. So what are the terms though? Because you could be working towards trying to get the team to stay in top flight football, which you can achieve, given the numbers and the games that are available and the opposition you still have to play. But for you, what is it? Is it just up until the end of the season kind of deal that you have?
Yeah, it's there till the end of the season, and it didn't take me long to think about it once the chairman called me. Once he'd made the decision to release Dan, and I expected it. It's not. I've been through it 5 times before, so I expected it. So I didn't let it wind me up, and I've not let it wind me up. If you could come to the games and you'd see me now, I don't get frustrated. I don't get angry. Of course, I tend to get a bit frustrated in myself because I can see things that my assistants cannot see, but they can see things as well. So, but the dialogue that you have on the bench with your assistants and the players that can see things as well, it's not there. But so far, we've played it's unbelievable how we've played. The players have stepped up. The players are smiling. They're happy now. They've changed the dynamics. We come to training with the laughter, we come with banter, we go home and nobody's complaining, nobody's moaning, and it's a great feeling to be in this environment now. And the last 7 games that we've played, we've not only battered teams, even when we went to Uzma was intimidating. Just before kick-off, let me paint a picture. There was 50 red and black flares in the away stand. There was 35,000 in the ground. There was 20,000 locked outside the ground.
No ways.
And when the players were having the team picture taken just before kick-off, they were firing rockets over the players. And it was such an intimidating environment for these players who've never had that experience.
I was going to say, for Marumo Gallants, that is unheard of.
Never.
I mean, you guys can't even get family and friends to come and watch your game. So imagine facing that.
Yeah, and I think watching them, they played with that wee bit of fear. They didn't go out there and express themselves because it was a different experience for them. And tomorrow we're going to make sure that we give Algiers a different experience.
But how do you do that though? Because I've seen before. I've seen Egyptians outnumber South African fans in South Africa in such competitions, because all the nationals go out and they hear, oh, Algiers is coming through. Oh, okay, this weekend, Al Ahly are going to be coming through.
Yeah.
And then you find that in the balance where South Africans should be doing exactly what you've just described now and make them feel like they're traveling away, they almost feel at home because their nationals come out.
They do. I mean, that's one of the things, that's one of the pit hits I have at the moment. You know, we need to get the crowds back in the stadium. We need to fill stadiums up with young supporters, because we're missing that in South Africa. Bloemfontein, listen, guys, thank you in Bloemfontein, to the municipality, to the Premier. They made us welcome, and it was a big gamble from the chair, but it's worked. I went into the community the day before the morning of the game on Sunday, and there was about 250 people in the sports hall singing songs, and they were so into us. And then after the game, yes, we drew 0-0, but it felt like a defeat for me and the players. But we stayed on the field for 15-20 minutes. The fans didn't want to leave.
You were lapping up the support of Bloemfontein Celtic.
Unbelievable.
So,
Robert,
all I'm saying is that that's a topic for another day for me, because I don't believe that this country should have ever lost Bloemfontein Celtic for anything.
No, I agree.
They should have never, ever lost that. And that's what makes me angry. Whether Marumo Gallants wants to go there, become the new adopted Bloem Celtic, it isn't. It's never going to be. They need to get the Bloem Celtic back. And the fans deserve that, because the fans showed you, who are not even Bloem Celtic, what Bloem Celtic can do. And that's why I'm saying that they should not have lost. I'm looking at YouTube. A lot of questions that are coming through there right now. Spumelele Majosi says, please find out from the coach if South Africa is seen as a desirable country for Europeans to come and coach. And if not, what's missing? What would it take? And what would it make such international coaches to come here?
I think clubs need to do their homework. Clubs need to, really, really delve into the coach that's going to... Can he adapt to African culture? Can he adapt to African life? Does he understand how African players play, how they work mentally, both on the field and off the field?
Pause. What have you experienced of African life? How's that changed you? You're a very adaptable guy. I've seen you almost like Eddie Majans Budale dance, be in the beat, be in song, be in sync. So that's a unique thing, because I might just say, oh, Dylan said it, but I'm pressing you to it because it is an interesting thing to say, take time, learn the culture, learn the players, learn what being African is all about.
I learned when I was 18, 19 years old, when I used to go into the townships, when we used to go in the rural areas, and we used to drink with the locals. That's how I got into it. Dave Snake Bukowski, our captain, he had a shebeen in Easterus, because he was married to a coloured lady.
Yes.
And every Sunday afternoon we'd be at his house with 20, 30 Mamelodi people that would come and drink with us and eat with us. And you get into the culture of how they live, how they breathe, how they talk, and you listen. And when you go to foreign countries, you cannot say, well, I am English and we'll do this, and I am British and we'll do this. You can't do that. It doesn't work. What we can do is we can add things to the African way of life. And I'm forever, wherever I am, whether it's in Limpopo, whether it's in Durban, whether it's in Johannesburg, whether it's in Timbuktu, I will embody myself in the people of Africa and learn from them. Sitting in a shebeen in Soweto with gogos and grandpas, 60, 70, 80 years old, and sharing one beer with them, and listening to them and listen to the struggles and listen to how they've coped with life. And then I take that to my club and to the players, and I try and instill this mentality where you've got to do things for yourself and you've got to better your life, because your fathers, your grandfathers, your great-grandfathers, they've struggled and, they've never had the opportunity, and they're still struggling.
And they're still struggling. All right.
I get...
talking about that, you might want to tell me how much you get paid, but someone wants to know.
Rob, please ask Mr. Kerr there, how does this work permit thing work? Is he allowed to be on the ground when training the players outside the stadium of play during the week? Because I'm trying to understand, is it about him working and earning a salary? Or maybe differently asked, does he still earn a salary for all those days that he couldn't sit there because of the work permit? It's a bit confusing.
Yeah, do you get paid? Obviously, you're training the team.
Not yet.
You haven't been paid?
No.
What does that mean?
Well, I haven't got my work permit, so I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it proper.
Yeah.
The chairman's got to do it right. You've got to do it proper, however long it takes. I don't feel that I should have any favours. My upset is that I'm on the system. Surely common sense would say, right, we'll transfer one visa, we'll scribble one name out and put the new name in. That's
But you've been working for how many months now?
27 days. I've been here 27 days.
Yeah.
So it's a process that we've got to go through again. And I say I'm a football junkie. I'm a football idiot. My life is run through football. My relationships I've sacrificed a lot of my life for football, and that will never change. And if I can help the chairman realise his dream of keeping this club in the Premier League, I know he was disappointed of not beating Sundowns in the Nedbank, but the situation we're in, we need to concentrate on the PSL and CAF. So that's the priority for the football club.
But sometimes they say you guys are suckers for the punishment. You show your loyalty. And I know your struggles. Your struggles are with improving the game. I say it to Dan's. I'm like, I know it's painful, but sometimes I don't even think a lot of the club chairman respected Dan. So at times even don't respect you, because you will come and do a rescue job with them, and then you'll stand a couple of games and then they fire you.
Yeah, I think that's...
And the same thing happens, and it's on and on. There's just a lack of that professionalism in respecting the trade and the job that you do.
To build a successful club, it takes time.
Yeah.
But you're not given time here. I'll look at Jurgen Klopp, and look at the length of time he was at Liverpool without winning. And then all of a sudden, bang, bang, he's won the trophies.
Yeah.
He won the Premier League, he won the Champions League. Now, Erik ten Hag, okay, it didn't start well. He's now got everybody talking about Manchester United, apart from the other day, but we'll not go there because I'm not going to speak about that.
No, please don't. Yeah.
But they get time. Here, it's always different. When I was shocked when I was told I was no longer needed at Swallows. I mean, I had 2 games on the bench out of 8, and there were one bad performance against Stellenbosch, and the second performance against Golden Arrows, we lost 4-0. We were fantastic. We were absolutely the better team, but we made 4 mistakes. They felt that the time had come for them to change, but you're not given that time. You're not given that opportunity to explain your methodology and your philosophy, because the club outside have got problems, they've got issues, and it affects the people on the field, and that's the frustrating thing about it.
It's crazy.
Hi, Robert and the shareholders. Please ask Coach Dylan if he's going to paint a tattoo of Marumo Gallants emblem if the team survive relegation, as he normally do when he win the cup, or make a team to survive the relegation. Thank you, AB Moloi.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Kuluma nasibongeleni kwamkhwane. Mr. Marawa, thanks very much for having Coach Dylan Kerr studio. Mr. Marawa, it's surprising to see someone like Coach Dylan, who has been in South Africa for such a long time, who has been here for so many years, struggling to get a visa, Mr. Marawa. We see what happened while he was still at Swallows. Same story, and then now he's at Marumo Gallants Netherlands, same story of visa. I don't know if our Home Affairs is something against to coach. I don't know, but I wish him all the best in future at Marumo Gallants. We have seen the team doing so well since he joined them, particularly in the CAF games. They are doing very well, Mr. Marawa. I wish him all the best. Thank you.
Good evening, Coach Dylan. Just want to find out from you, what is it other than your paperwork that is preventing the club from replicating the performance at the continental tournament versus when they play locally, seeing that the club is sitting at the bottom of the log? And are there any discussions around prioritizing either of the two tournaments, or you want to go full steam on both the continental tournament and also try to save the status of the club? I just want to find out from you on that.
Right, important questions in the dying minutes of the show. The choice is yours. Priority, what are you prioritizing? Are you going to have a tattoo if you save them from relegation? Quick snap answers.
Of course. I mean, it's another achievement. You know, again, bottom of the league, keeping them in the Premier League. You know, it's better than winning the league. You get that same vibe that Rulani's going to get when he wins for Sundowns. The CAF.
Talk about Rulani. He's going to be exactly where you're sitting, but tomorrow.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm just announcing. Everyone watching on YouTube.
I had a good chat with him. I had a good chat
tomorrow.
after the Nedbank Cup game, and you know, we've got the same ideas. We've got the same ideals in football. You know, we're both winners, and at the end of the day, you know, for the gentleman, what's the priority? Obviously, it's the PSL status. That's the priority. CAF, it's for the South African football fraternity. We need to be given South Africa a positive image in CAF, in Africa, because right now we're struggling. We're struggling, and I need to fix that as much as I can with Marumo Gallants and get them. Once you're in the quarterfinals, you're one game away from the semi-finals. Once you're in the semi-finals, the final's yours. And we did it 2 years ago in Nedbank, and we can definitely do it again this year.
So 3 p.m. tomorrow?
3 p.m. tomorrow at Dobsonville, if the fans are allowed to come, apparently. So I'm hoping that we'll have some Pirates and Sundowns and Chiefs fans there. And we need to get 3 points, and then we can concentrate for Cape Town City on Tuesday, because that's the biggie. That's the biggie. On Sunday, no disrespect to TS Galaxy, but we battered them. They didn't have one shot. We had 17 attempts at goal. It says only 2 on target, but we had clearances off the line. We had deflections away from goal. We had the side netting. We were brilliant. As we have been for the previous 7 games. We've been brilliant. We've got this confidence back. We've got his mojo back. Now I need my team to believe themselves even more, because right now they're doing the club proud. They're doing themselves proud, and we want to keep going in CAF to do South Africa proud.
All right, let's go find friends at Home Affairs. Thank you so much, Coach. Truly appreciate your presence. Good luck tomorrow. By this time, when you go on air tomorrow, we'll know the result. So, fingers crossed.
Can I call in and ask Rulani a question?
Yeah, please do. You can pop in on your way from Dobsonville. Coach Dylan Kerr, my guest here tonight. As I said, tomorrow, coach of Sundowns, Rulani Mokwena.
Marawa Sports Worldwide Live. On 947, Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. #MSW.